Hey, this is Senator Justin Reedy coming to you at the end of week 4 of the 2025 General Assembly session. And at the start of this year, one of my New Year's resolutions for Maryland state government was to take better care of our loved ones, meaning take better care of people in our communities, keeping them safe. And crime, public safety, critically important issues that we're facing in our state. And sometimes things that are hot one session then get put on the back burner the next year. We talked a lot about crime, particularly juvenile crime, last session. And in this session, a lot of the talk has been understandably about our fiscal situation, our budget, and there's proposed tax increases. But we still have a major problem with crime in our communities. And in particular, we have people continually using firearms to hurt people. It's been a problem in Maryland for a long time. And even though in some places, like in Baltimore, the murder rate has come down, we still have way too many shootings and gun activity all over the state, and crime that is just very bad. Some of it involves juveniles, some of it involves adults. But one of the most interesting things is whenever there's a crime involving a firearm, number one, there's a person doing the crime. It's not the gun that commits the crime, it's a person that's committing the crime. But the politicians that come to Annapolis from many parts of our state and different special interests, they always want to come in and say, well, we need the next gun law, the next law to make it harder for law-abiding citizens to obtain firearms. And that's not the answer, because if that was the answer to the violence and crime we see involving guns in Maryland, we would be the safest state in America because our gun laws are incredibly strict. And so what I'm trying to do instead is go after the bad guys. We've always said that, go after the bad guys for a change. And in Maryland, we just still have failed to really close loopholes in our law that don't take crime with a gun and crime about guns seriously. And in one case is we still allow, if someone steals a firearm and is possessing a stolen firearm, it's treated no differently than if they stole a TV or stole some nice clothing or something. Unless it rises to a value of over $1,500, it's treated as just general theft, which is a misdemeanor. My bill, which I've introduced again, Senate Bill 336, would make the theft of a handgun or of any gun a felony in the state of Maryland. And we also, possessing stolen firearms would be a serious crime as well. We have had this pass the state Senate multiple times as parts of other bills. Last session, we came very close to it passing, but it was part of another bill that had a lot of other issues, and it failed, did not get through at the end of the night because, frankly, the House of Delegates played games with this issue. And so without getting way into the weeds on it, we've introduced it again. There seems to be a strong desire to get this done. And I had the hearing this week. I had some very favorable interaction with legislators in both parties about it. And I think that, and actually have a large group of co-sponsors to the bill, including a bipartisan group. And so I'm much more hopeful now that we can finally close this loophole. And also, there are other bills I'm working on, other legislators with, to try to address violent criminals, making sure that you get real jail time for people who hurt other people on purpose, commit violent crimes. We also are still working on the issue of juvenile crime, which continues to be a huge problem. The Department of Juvenile Justice continues to be a challenge, and I can probably talk more about some of those issues in the future. But I wanted to update you, working hard to make Maryland live up to what it needs to protect its citizens and keep us safe. There's a lot of issues flying around, and I look forward to updating you as we move forward next week. Please feel free to reach out to me anytime that I can be of assistance, and I hope you have a great weekend.